Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them has more deleted scenes than any of the Harry Potter movies, according to producer David Yates. Yippee-ki-yay movie lovers, it's Jan here, and I'm going to talk about some of the deleted scenes that didn't make it into the first Fantastic Beasts movie here, as well as some of the things we can look forward to in the Fantastic Beasts sequel. Of course, I'll be talking spoilers, so if you're not ready for those, check out my spoiler-free review of Fantastic Beasts here. Now, do you remember that little wisp of the Obscurus that drifts up and out of the subway after the final battle? Well, although the Aurors thought they'd destroyed the Obscurial, it was definitely a hint that we haven't seen the last of Credence Barebone. And there's actually a deleted scene that would have made his setup for Fantastic Beasts 2 a lot more obvious. In that scene, Credence boards a boat, and it seems like it might have been the one that Newt was getting on at the end of the movie. Producer David Yates has said that they didn't want to make the setup of Credence for the next movie so obvious, but it feels like this could have been a really good post-credit stinger. A scene cut early on in the movie featured Jacob and his girlfriend before he met Queenie. The scene had Jacob returning from the bank to the street where he lives to find his girlfriend waiting for him. Director David Yates explained that in the deleted scene, she runs down the street and asks Jacob, "How did it go? Did you get your loan?" When Jacob replies that the bank didn't give it to him, she takes off her engagement ring and leaves him. J.K. Rowling originally wanted the scene cut from the final script, but Yates insisted on filming it as he thought it would be a touching moment. Yates said it was cut in the end because it was no longer needed to help the audience empathise with Jacob by that point. There's a really wonderful cutscene which was teased in one of the trailers. The snippet we did see in the trailer is with Jacob and Newt, who are sat down in Newt's menagerie, smiling and applauding, with Jacob saying, "I want to be a wizard." This was part of a much longer scene in which Queenie and Tina sing the Ilvermorny school song as part of the discussion that Newt, Tina and Queenie are having about whether Hogwarts or Ilvermorny is a better wizarding school. Alison Sudol, who plays Queenie, is a singer as well as an actress, and she wrote the song which both she and Catherine Waterston sang. Unfortunately, it slowed down the momentum of the film and was cut, but David Yates has promised it will appear on the Blu-ray and DVD extras. Originally, there was an extended version of the scene at the department store. While Jacob and Queenie were trying to catch the demi-guise, which is charging around the store, it tramples over Jacob, who grabs onto the creature. We then see Jacob getting dragged around by something that's invisible. Dan Fogler, who plays Jacob, has said the moment is reminiscent of how Indiana Jones gets pulled around behind a truck in Raiders of the Lost Ark. The deleted scene finishes with a slapstick moment as the demi-guise suddenly goes around a corner, sending Jacob crashing into a clothing display. And as Queenie runs over to check if he's okay, Jacob pulls on a hat and smiles as if nothing had happened. Eddie Redmayne, who plays Newt Scamander, has revealed that there was a shirtless scene that he had to spend 7 months working out for, but it ended up being deleted from the final film. J.K. Rowling had written in the script that Newt needed to be buff in the scene, which showed him going into his briefcase and down into his menagerie, where he pulled off his shirt, revealing numerous war wounds and scars. So those are some of the scenes that were cut from the theatrical release of Fantastic Beasts, but what do we know about what we can look forward to in the Fantastic Beasts sequel? Well, there are going to be 4 more movies in the Fantastic Beasts franchise, each one set in a different city. The 5 movies take place over a period of 19 years, with the first film starting in 1926 and the saga ending in 1945. Now, 1945 marks the year that Dumbledore and Grindelwald had their epic battle that ends the global wizarding war. We already got the reveal of Grindelwald at the end of this movie with a short cameo by Johnny Depp, and a young Dumbledore has been confirmed to appear in the sequel, although at this point casting hasn't been confirmed. Dumbledore was born in 1881, so the actor playing him could well be in his late 40s. Who would you like to see playing a young Dumbledore in the sequels? Another storyline was teased for the sequel thanks to the mention of Leta Lestrange, midway through the film and again at the end, when Tina asked Newt more about Lestrange and he seemed to be rather evasive in his answers. Divergent series star Zoe Kravitz has already been cast as Leta Lestrange and is confirmed to appear in Fantastic Beasts 2. It'll be interesting to see how her character ties in with the Lestrange family from Harry Potter, and also with the reveal in The Cursed Child that Bellatrix Lestrange is the mother of Voldemort's child. There was also an interesting tease that Jacob may not have been completely obliviated at the end of the movie after Queenie kissed him and shielded him with her magic umbrella after he stepped out into the rain. After all, he seemed to recognise her when he saw her in his bakery, where he'd made lots of cakes in the shape of the Fantastic Beasts. Dan Fogler, the actor who plays Jacob, has hinted that his character has likely been affected by all the magic he's been in contact with, such as being bitten by a murtlap, eating magical strudel, and being treated with Newt's potions. And although Newt, Tina, Queenie and Jacob are all confirmed to appear in the next movie, producer David Yates believes that they may not be at the heart of all the movies. In fact, it seems that in the next film it will actually be Credence and Grindelwald who will be the main players. All of this means that it looks like in the sequel we're going to be getting more emphasis on building the struggle between Dumbledore and Grindelwald. It's going to be more like the Harry versus Voldemort conflict from the Harry Potter franchise. So, although the Beasts will be taking something of a backseat in the sequel, director David Yates has confirmed that they are planning on introducing some new ones, including a particularly special Chinese fantastic beast. So guys, what do you think about the deleted scenes, and do you think any of them should have been in the movie? And what would you like to see happen in the sequel? Do let me know in the comments below. If you enjoy finding out about deleted scenes from movies you love, then check out my full playlist below. Or you can also watch the full Fantastic Beasts press conference with J.K. Rowling and the cast below too. As always, if you enjoyed this, please do like, share and subscribe for more videos like this one. Thanks for watching and see you next time, yippee-ki-yay movie lovers!